I think if we could put that style, we could put that flavor. Nothing wrong with having all Asian based characters. If you're a black creator, you want to have an all Asian cast. That's cool. We're all free to do whatever we want to do. But I do think that having our own little flavor or seasoning can help compete in this field that doesn't entirely was created by us per se. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have all the tools. We don't know all the rules to the game like they do. So if we got black creators doing anime and manga and we don't put a black perspective on it, what's the point? If we're
Huh.
not putting our own special sauce or our own flair to it in terms of the story, or if we're trying to perfect someone else's, I guess, art form
Mhm.
and we don't put our own signature on the form, how can we
Mhm.
perform well enough to compete, I guess? So like imagine it like in hip hop, if you have an Asian American coming in and trying to do let's say rap like Jay-Z or Biggie instead of doing his own flair, right? And you have someone like Eminem who comes in trying to sound like Naughty by Nature, or you have someone like, and I know I'm barely scratching the surface of MCs, but you have like Big Pun trying to do rap like Biggie, and he's not. He's Big Pun. He puts his own Latin flair on it. Eminem puts his own kind of white boy trailer trash flair on it. Someone who's
Right.
Asian could put their own flair on the hip hop, and then they created their own little style accepted within someone else's art form. So with us trying to do anime and manga, how can we perform well to the point where we're putting our flair on it? And if we don't put our flair on it, are we trying to use the wrong tools to perform in that same level?
To answer your question,
Hmm.
I think it comes down to personality. Um,
Okay.
everybody, not all black people, present themselves the same.
Right.
I mean, I guess you can. I guess as a black creator, I've seen like a lot of black creators make all their characters black. I guess that's the way to do it
Okay.
because that's one thing that black, you know, consumers of the genre want. They want to see more representation in manga and anime. And so in
Right.
order to
Right.
do that, you might have to, just do it yourself. Just do it yourself and do it in your own way. As a black culture, we have different when it comes to our fashion, the way we talk, the way we interact with
Hmm.
each other. We have, only things like as far as jokes and stuff that only black people would get. We all have that. You can tell me what the smell like. Denzel Washington said it best. As a black person, you can tell me what it smells, what a hot cone smells like coming off the stove. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me that.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and it's not nothing against any other culture or anything like that, but it's just those things that are just embedded in our culture. So as far as oof, that's a tough question. I don't think not putting our own culture in something like that is not bad per se because it's creative freedom. You express yourself however you express
Right.
yourself. So if a black creator wants to express themselves by making all their characters black, so be it. That's what they want to do. That's their story. Let them tell how they want to tell it. Now, will it be consumed the way they wanted to be consumed? I don't know. Just got to take a chance because you just never know. You never know. Maybe it might be a hit. Maybe it won't. Usually
Right. Right.
when you create something, you're catering towards a specific crowd. And if your crowd wants likes manga or anime and they want see an anime or manga with all black characters, and you have the ability to give it to them, then give it to them. You know?
Right, right. Yeah, man, it's a very tricky, very sticky subject, man. It's that's kind of like the signature for the podcast is
Hey,
answering these kind of questions, man.
kind of makes you think
Um,
too. You know.
yeah, yeah, it kind of makes you think. Yeah, like I guess to answer my own question, of course, I agree with you. Every black creator has the right to make whatever they want, right? I mean, every creator for the most part has that right to do so. We do have that history of saying why do we have to be a lot of double standards for a black creator in comics, manga, whatever to be, we have to be twice as good. We can't do such and such thing. We need to do such and such and that. And there's always this weight on our shoulders that a normal creator wouldn't have. They can just go out and do whatever they want to do. And there's like, they got the freedom and liberty and, not the stress, what I'm saying, to be able to perform in that function while we kind of have a little bit more murky waters to go through. In terms of the like that special seasoning, I think it could come from perspectives. I forgot the name of this series. I saw on Instagram someone was making a football based manga.
Clutch.
And
By
Clutch, yes, Clutch.
his name is
Clutch, right.
Joseph Bullock, the Arthur of Monarch. I follow the whole Black. He's his comics on Black Sand.
Black Sands.
I don't want to
Yes.
butcher his name. I want to say it's Josh. I know it starts with a J, and I'm so sorry if he hears this. I'm so sorry for butchering name, but I do follow him, and he does have this a football manga, and he has Monarch, and I read Monarch. I like Monarch. Doing that, like that's a perfect example. Clutch is a team of all black football. From what I've seen, they're all black. I think it's cool. I can't wait to see what it turns into because the very first the thing that got me into manga and stuff was actually a football manga named I Shield 21. So, to see a black person
Mm.
do a football manga, and I'm a big football fan. So, I'm already, interested in what's gonna happen, what he does with the series. So that's that. But yeah, that's a perfect example.
Right, man. A good looking man. See, I mean, you're on top of your stuff, man. When it comes to these circles, glad you found the creator's name and the series name. I think putting perspectives like that, that's the special flavor. That's the sauce. Where they could be, you can do it for hip hop, you can do it for music. Just putting what I'm saying, basketball. Like I know there's already basketball manga out there, but has there been basketball manga made by us, like a street team manga, or what I'm saying, like imagine like an N1 style manga, and you actually make it to the pros. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the kid grow up
no,
from,
go ahead.
huh?
There's another manga that I kind of want to
Oh.
shine some light on. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah, like like just like a basketball manga from our perspective, or I know there's cooking. There's what is it? There's a very lewd cooking anime manga out there where they cover up each other. They have like, orgasms when
Food
they eat
Wars.
food and shit. Like we could put like a southern food wars. Yeah, food wars. We could put a southern cooking twist on that. You know what I mean? There's different things we can do to try to have our own little imprint on it. So it's not like we're doing a samurai. I mean, there's nothing wrong. You could do a samurai in Japan if you want to do that kind of storytelling, sure. But I think, I think you can play a little bit more to your strengths and you can possibly make yourself more unique competing in this field if we're borrowing someone else's craft and competing with these people in their craft. If we put our own little dynamic seasoning, our own little perspective, like you said, maybe some jokes, character designs, the way they interact with other characters. So they don't have to fight racism or the man or nothing like that, but our own little unique touch on it so that you could tell that, oh, this is manga, but it's a different perspective. It's like, like it's different. Why is this one a little bit different? Like, I think the ultimate example of this would be the Boondocks on Adult Swim. I think, to me, that's like the greatest example of like how that style is like the manga style, it's the anime look, but it was totally us in storytelling and characters and culture. And I think that thing's internal, man. That's gonna transcend, that's up there to me in entertainment greats, and I think if we could put that style, we could put that flavor. Nothing wrong with having all, Asian based characters. If you're a black creator, you want to have an all Asian cast. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? We're all free to do whatever we want to do. But I do think that having our own little flavor or seasoning can help compete in this field that doesn't entirely was created by us per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have all the tools. We don't know all the rules to the game like they do. So we almost have to, it's like coming in, it's like almost like integrating in basketball. You know what I'm saying? We evolve the game. You know what I'm saying? We come into something and try to evolve the game. We shape it into what we mold it into something that's us, and like, or sports, boxing, whatever it is. We mold these kind of things. And if we're going to this territory, it might be beneficial to mold it rather than to adapt it and stick with the golden rules per se, So I mean, that's all I
Right,
got on
right.
the subject, man.
That's an interesting perspective, and I'm here for it. But hey, if you put it out and I like it, I'll support it. Another manga by he's God, I'm bad. I'm horrible with names, but he has a manga coming out called Ten Pins, and it's about bowling. And I was like, you know what? That's different, and I'm here for it. Yeah, from what
Mm.
I've seen, a couple of the panels that he's presented, it looks like it's bowling, but they got
Uh-huh.
superpowers. It's superpower bowling.
All right, that
Exactly.
sounds
That's what I'm
fun.
saying. Like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. And he's had he's got voice actors and stuff like that. He said he's got in contact with Patrick Cloud, his voice in one of the characters. King
Mm.
Vader is voicing one of his characters. Yeah, it's like he's
Oh
got connects
man.
to some. So I was like, King Vader, like talk about, I remember when King Vader was on YouTube making videos where he put a grenade in a box and blew up a chick in her house, and and
Yeah.
that's cool to see, you know, him reach out to those people and they connect with them like that and be a part of his project. I'm interested to see that. The ideas are out there. The ideas are definitely out there. I just want to see how they're implemented and consumed
Mm.
by the community because all ideas aren't good ideas per se.
True, true, very true, man. And hey, man, I mean, I agree with you. I'm really looking forward to seeing, every day in these groups. There's always something. Someone brings out something that's like fresh, or someone brings out something that's unique or different, and it's always interesting to see what's gonna pop, what's gonna bubble, and I don't think. I think there's a lie of like there's no new ideas out there. No, there's plenty of new ideas out there in any entertainment form. It's just getting those ideas into the mainstream because, like you said, there's gatekeeping. There's people who just want to be financially safe and milk a certain thing to death before they move on to something else to milk. And there's definitely a plethora of original, new concepts and nice twists and fresh perspectives in these circles. They just need the help and the support to break out and to become, to get into the mainstream. It's very hard to get the work out there that people will know. It's very hard to get eyes on your stuff. It's like, how can someone support something they
Right.
don't even know exists? And that's the battle. That's the upfront battle for us as creators to get that exposure to help get more eyes on our stuff to get support.